As Kendrick Lamar's resurgence over Drake highlights, one of the most impressive yet overlooked aspects of his victory is how Kendrick's hit song, Not Like Us, shattered streaming records. This track became the first rap song since the early 2010s, with 3 verses by a single MC to reach #1. When we consider this alongside Kendrick's second album, Good Kid, M.A.A.d City, which continues to sell more copies this week than most artists' debut week sales, despite being over 12 years old, and his fourth album, Damn, enjoying a renewed popularity due to recent events with Drake, it's evident that the world has an unprecedented appetite for Kendrick's music. This is remarkable for an artist who hasn't released a new album in years. Consequently, the public has become more invested in what can be argued as the most crucial aspect of hip-hop, lyricism. Whether it's decoding Kendrick's tracks to grasp the full weight of his message aimed at dismantling Drake, or revisiting Kendrick's 2022 album, m.A.A.d and the Big Steppers, to examine how Drake erroneously altered the song Mother I Sober in his track Heart Part 6, every aspect of Kendrick's catalog, from his more aggressive themes to his conscious storytelling, has been scrutinized in a way not seen for any lyric-driven rapper's music in a long time. As a result, the art form historically at the heart of hip-hop is now more central to the genre than it has been in years. We are currently in an era of rap music where things have become, to put it mildly, much less intelligent. The shift in taste is more significant than ever. I want to make something very clear. I'm not criticizing the way hip-hop has evolved into a genre that's generally more focused on production and melodies than straightforward beats. While the oversaturation of music in this lane has undoubtedly hurt the genre, it has also broadened rap's horizons and given us a wealth of excellent music that deserves as much respect as anything else in the genre's lineage. Recently, we've seen how combining elements like Metro Boomin's flashy production, Future's magic, and Kendrick Lamar's striking lyrical prowess create some of the most captivating music in today's era. This is the remarkable aspect of what Kendrick is doing right now, with all eyes in the culture on him, and a song where he spits 3 full verses being played and sung everywhere. Kendrick isn't undermining another facet of rap music. He's restoring balance to hip-hop, making the genre stronger than it has been in quite some time. It's truly impressive how much people are dissecting every word Lamar says at this moment, whether it's revisiting his Heart series to see how he's been hinting at his tension with Drake for years, or re-examining his 2023 collaboration with Baby Keem, Hillbillies, where we originally thought Kendrick and Keem were interpolating Drake's catchy track. Honestly, it doesn't matter. They were actually mocking both. Kendrick's music has been a goldmine for the entire music world right now, as people aren't just listening to discover or rediscover how powerful his catalog has been, but also to see how effective the art of storytelling can be. No album has showcased hip-hop's enthusiasm for lyricism as much as Kendrick's 2022 project, m.A.A.d and the Big Steppers. Even though this record was a significant success when it was released, many people felt it was Kendrick's weakest album since his debut. This sentiment arose because instead of crafting more stadium anthems like Humble and DNA, Kendrick chose to pull back all curtains and optics, writing one of the most painful albums ever released in hip-hop. It delves deeply into his own failures as a man, husband, and father. Through some of the most abstract soundscapes Kendrick has ever explored, he made this confessional work feel rawer and more vulnerable. His writing became so vivid, painful, and specific that it alienated some listeners or bored those who were looking for a less intense narrative album. While m.A.A.d wasn't universally loved like Kendrick's other records upon its release, due to how different it was from anything we've seen from a rapper at the peak of their career, the issues with Drake and the back and forth have almost served as promotion for the project. In fact, Kendrick anticipated the personal angles Drake would use against him, given how vulnerable he became on this record. Drake's attempts to throw Kendrick's own words back at him to make him look bad ultimately reflect the depth and raw honesty of Kendrick's storytelling. m.A.A.d was at the heart of this feud because its content and themes gave Kendrick the vulnerability and depth to delve into Drake in a way no one else had before. Kendrick addressed this directly in a song like Meet the Grams, and it also provided Drake with a canvas to highlight Kendrick's biggest flaws. Through each song they exchanged, and every time they alluded to events from this album, Drake essentially undermined himself and everything he stands for at this point in his career. By doing so, he gave people a reason to dive into this album, eager to hear about Kendrick's life and understand his most personal and heartbreaking stories. As a result, people have been able to latch onto the rich, personal, and expressive lyricism that the album employs to tell such a compelling story. From m.A.A.d to the rest of Kendrick's catalog, reaching back to his earliest works. Kendrick Lamar stands as a beacon for the world of hip-hop. This is evident even in an era where rappers often aim to create the most ridiculous and thoughtless music to go viral. Ultimately, what will prevail is the music that genuinely resonates with people, and the strongest path to achieving this in hip-hop will always start with the power of lyrical craftsmanship. Despite much of the industry trying to make this not the case, with Kendrick Lamar's singles and albums currently dominating the genre, the mass audience is appreciating the art of lyricism in a way that hasn't been seen in a long time. The future of lyricism as a cornerstone in rap music hinges on how the genre can move forward from here. Now, the public views Drake as an absolute clown after this feud, from music executives to artists. Everyone has seen firsthand that the power of lyricism is a skill capable of achieving greater things than even the most viral songs. With this, the entire hip-hop world is being challenged to see how they can build upon this foundational pillar of rap music that Kendrick has proven to be very much alive and well. In recent years, underground acts like Griselda have already helped redefine what lyricism can be. After a period when some rappers made the art of spitting bars seem almost shameful with the whole anti-mumble rap movement, artists like Westside Gunn and Benny the Butcher have pushed lyricism back into the mainstream, making their skill popular again. This impact reached the highest levels when rappers like Travis Scott and Tyler, the Creator, directly influenced by this movement, released albums showcasing their best rap in years. With Kendrick, it will be crucial to see if the level of lyrical dominance he has shown recently in his battle with Drake and the general attention his catalog is receiving will inspire more rappers to dig deep and focus on writing the best material possible. While only time will tell if the hungriest MCs alive right now can carry Kendrick's torch when he's not active, what is undeniable at this moment is that lyricism is back at the forefront of hip-hop for listeners. As Kendrick Lamar experiences levels of success that have placed him even above Drake, what would be remarkable for the genre is if this yearning to hear artists delivering excellent bars translates into more success for someone like m.A.A.d, who is poised to follow in Kendrick's footsteps. m.A.A.d, along with his Dreamville leader J. Cole, is preparing to release both a new solo album and a collaborative project with Metro Boomin that are expected to push the genre forward. Similarly, Denzel Curry, one of the most talented MCs we have, stands to benefit from this renewed focus on lyricism. Now, even artists like Little Simz, whose blend of musical talent and storytelling has made her a unique generational talent, or even more underrated and abstract acts like Rhapsody or No Name, who have just released albums featuring some of the best lyrical performances I've heard in a long time, are benefiting. With Kendrick repositioning himself where the spotlight shines on lyricists, he is now giving a lane in hip-hop to many of his peers, providing them the chance to see the greatest success they have ever witnessed. Hopefully, MCs will continue to produce bodies of work that can excite the public with the power of the pen and drive rap forward. Eventually, the genre can reach a place where there's a balance between the most enthusiastic hitmakers and the most thoughtful writers. So, let me know how you feel about this. Kendrick's success has brought so much attention to lyrical rap and the art of writing in hip-hop. Do you think Kendrick and the other MCs will be able to sustain this momentum? I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Substantial his catalog has been, but also